How's it going, Rabbit Crew? Today I thought I'd give you a little bit of a deck tech. Um, yeah, I just have completed the three-part series of Monster Island, and I wanted you to see how the deck works. You usually want to have a 5-color commander. In this case, I'm using Gigantha. For my EDH paper 5-color Monster Island deck, I use Golos. Golos is really good because he can fetch you the lands that you need. Sure, in gameplay you've seen I've had a little bit of land issues. But yeah, Monstrous Egg. I have the actual Mothra card, but yeah, I just put this in here. I didn't unlock the art for it, but whatever. Poliwag Symbiote. Um, Once again, it's Baby Godzilla, alternate art, but this is all I could come up with for, on the spot. Essence Symbiote. It's not really a Godzilla themed card, but it makes it so, since there's a lot of mutating happening in the deck, you can, it gives you a little extra perks and caveats to doing it. Heroic Intervention, just indestructible, hexproof, helps out a lot. Arcane Signet helps for mana fixing in a 5-color deck. That's kind of key. Nethroi, or Mythos of Nethroi. Just really good all the way around removal. That works really good with Rodan. Same thing with Balaged. This just really helps out the deck a lot because it also counts as a land. So it runs 24 lands, but with this and the Mammoth, it's actually 26 lands. But it can also, just recover things out of your graveyard. It's all the way around really good card to have. Cultivate, once again, land fixing. You just search for 2 basics. If you need that extra red, or the extra black, or the extra blue, or whatever oddball colors you need to cast your spells, it's going to help you. Mammoth, kind of enough said. Play a land, it becomes a 5/5. Turn 3. As you see, the mana curve is kind of greedy, so yeah. We have some mana rocks here with the crystals, and then you can also cycle them for card draw if it's later game and you have too much mana. Then we got Rodan. We got another crystal. And yeah, Rodan, when he mutates, he can get the Cultivate, the Balagade, the Mythos, Heroic Intervention. He can get all those, so it helps out a lot because those are all spells that are relevant throughout the whole game. Crystalline Giant, Mechagodzilla. Then we got Huntmaster. It's King Caesar. It's King Caesar. Then we got Mothra, Supersonic Queen. And yes, I have the sim paper. All these Godzilla cards, I have all 20 of them in my EDH deck. I will be posting that deck probably next week or the week after. Really depends. I got a special little surprise for the channel coming up soon. But yeah, Mothra, it's just awesome all the way around. Good card. If things are on the ground and they're dying, you can bring them back with flying. It's really good. Batra, otherwise known as Dirgebat, just really fucking cool card. This was one of the 3. This, Mechagodzilla, and the Egg were Japanese exclusives. So there was 20 Godzilla cards, including the Hangerback Walker, I believe. That was the other alternate art of Mechagodzilla. But yeah, out of all the 20, 17 being in English, 3 of them were in Japanese only. This is one of them. So to see it fully translated, really cool on Arena's part. Then we got Destroya. The Phoenix, I'm sure you'll see this with the feathers and whatnot. It comes back, it's a really cool card. Storm's Wrath. For this deck, this is the board wipe, but the early game board wipe. But in my paper EDH deck, I have other board wipes that are a little bit better because sometimes 4 damage just isn't enough. You just want to outright destroy stuff. Jim Razor, otherwise known as King Ingerus. Yeah, he's just really cool. Great Turd, he's just more mana fixing. He's another mutate trigger. Since the deck has a primary green theme as the primary color, he's just really easy to get out there and cast. Same thing with Lonely Robot, Solemn. Once again, mana fixing, just very vanilla forecast, doesn't matter what type of mana you have. He's gonna get out there, help you fix, and then also give you card draw. And he's a cool little robot. There was no Jaguar released in the set, so I figured he's a good replacement for that. Um, Elder is just really good in the sense that he's just a beefy body and can provide you card draw. He can make beasts, gain you life. This deck, if you're going off against a fast deck, sometimes you'll need that life gain, or you might need that extra card draw, or you might need to add to that board state. And the fact that it has Vigilance, Reach, and Trample helps out a lot. The G-Man himself, enough said. Like, it just, yeah, it's one of my favorite cards. Then we have King Ghidorah. This guy's really cool because you cast him, and if you mutate it onto a creature that's already been mutated, X many times it's been mutated, you can just draw out a whole bunch of stuff from your library and just, out of nowhere, just have a really good board state. Bylani, once again. Kind of the same thing as King Ghidorah, but Bylani does it from your graveyard, and with things 10 or less, so there'll be some gameplay matches where you see I can reoccur a Space Godzilla or something like that, just because, well, it's 10 or less, and just get them out there. King Kong, Titan Ape. I call him King Kong because he looks like King Kong, smells like King Kong, acts like King Kong. Hell, he even has a little lady in his hand and is hanging off a skyscraper crystal, so yeah, King Kong. I never understood this one. I love Shin Godzilla, I love the art for this, but the actual card is a turtle. So, yeah. So it even says dinosaur turtle, but he looks nothing like a dinosaur turtle. But yeah, it's Shin Godzilla, and, in all of his wonderful shinny goodness, one of my favorite Godzilla movies out there. Ruinous Ultimatum. This is a board wipe that I have in my EDH deck, and I also use for my digital deck. It's just really powerful. Usually if you resolve this and you take care of 5 things on the opponent's side, they're not having such a good day. It's bad news bears for them. Genesis Ultimatum is kind of like King Ghidorah, in the sense that it does the same thing as King Ghidorah, where it'll just grab 5 things guaranteed. With King Ghidorah, it's really more or less how many times it's been mutated, but with this, you just grab 5 things off your library and go to work. Eerie is kind of like Bylani. Once again, grab any number of permanents with different names, graveyard, reoccur it. But the cool thing is, it's permanents, it's not creatures. So you can also grab, mana rocks or enchantments, or really anything that's in there, you just grab them out, and it helps. It's pretty good. Ori is really good. It's just more mana fixing, gives you a little card draw. Yeah, I like it. Funny story with this. Space Godzilla Void Invader is actually Death Corona in paper form, but Wizards didn't know about the whole COVID-19 thing, so I think this is the only card that was actually redone, but they never got around to it for the paper form. So in later years, I'm thinking the ones that are called Death Corona might be a little bit of a pretty penny later on in the near future. But yeah, this is Space Godzilla. He's really cool. Cycle him, put a Death Touch token on the creature. Big ol' 8/8. Just Space Godzilla. Eugene, enough said. I mean, he just does a lot of work. Yeah, it's Eugene. He's Eugene. Okay. Then we have Godzilla Primal Champion. 11/11 trample, and yeah, I mean, he's good. He's kind of like Space Godzilla in the sense of you usually just end up cycling him into the graveyard and then reoccurring them later on when you need them. But if you're able to free cast him with something like King Ghidorah or the Ultimatum, it's just, you just got a free 11/11, which is pretty solid. And then we have the lands, 1 plains, 1 island, 1 swamp, 2 mountains, 2 forest, all the pathways, because the pathways are crucial in this deck. They help out a lot. So we got tap lands, all the fun stuff. Sometimes you want to scry and put things away that you don't need, like if you already have too many lands, you can just scry them away, so that's really nice. And then we have all the triumphs, because we are a 5-color deck. We need as much mana fixing as possible. Commander Tower, because, well, Commander Tower, just any color. Fabled Passage. Between Fabled Passage and the other cards that search for basic lands, such as, let's see here, Greathorn, and Solemn, and Cultivate. Those are the 3 that really search for your basics. So the fact that we have 8 makes it so that they're always relevant. They always work pretty well. And, you know, if it's your 4th land, it comes into play untapped. But yeah, this is my Monster Island Godzilla deck. Hope you enjoyed. This is Nerd Rabbit signing out.